Hey Nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today we are back at Salvation Army doing some thrift shopping, hoping to find some interesting treasures. So let's go ahead and check it out and see what they had at the thrift store today. So those two adorable geese I did end up purchasing there with the gold accents on the white. They're only 99 cents a piece and they were genuine bone china made in Taiwan, so probably from around the 1980s. There's just something irresistible about a little yellow duck, right? I'm not sure what those were intended to be used for, if they were just some sort of toothpick holder for like a cupcake or something. I'm really not certain what their intention was, but they were pretty cute. Down here on the lower shelf, I found this really amazing wooden dish. It is divided here and would make for an excellent table centerpiece. I love the wood grain to this. I did find a couple of cute blue-billed geese, but they were not standing up the best. They were pretty wobbly. That one on the side was broken on the bottom, as you can see the piece there. And the other one was very easily knocked over as well. As you can see, I just barely touched it, but yeah, they were a little bit too wobbly, so I decided not to get them. And this figurine was pretty hilarious, the little cat with her cat baby. That was pretty cute. 1989 artwork. From a distance, I thought I had discovered a Blue Mountain pottery piece, but this is a Evangeline redware pottery. Both of them are redware pottery that is made in Canada or was made in Canada. Evangeline might still be around, but a lot of them are from the mid-century. That one had a couple of chips on it. I do collect some of the Blue Mountain pottery, but you know, I probably would have snagged that at $2.99 if it didn't have chips. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to find anything over here. Nothing was really catching my eye. And then at the last second, I spied these vintage Easter tins down here. They were so adorable. I especially loved this one with the side graphics. It looks like it used to be a little metal handle on it, probably. They were made in Hong Kong. I don't know if it's something that they would like gather jelly beans in or what they were originally used for. This one, the graphic around the side wasn't as interesting, but it had a cute one on top, and they obviously were similar, so I did snag those both. I really like the color of this bud vase here. It was obviously a modern piece. They had written love on the front of it, and I wasn't sure if that was too specific, if anyone would really want that word. I personally am not a person that likes to decorate with words on my pottery, so I don't know. I just decided to put it back. Lusterware is always very pretty. It tends to be damaged quite often. That one had a chip on it. Usually it's just within the paint that I find the damage, but that was one of the prettier sets I found. I could see this watermelon bowl was chipped, but part of me still wanted to check it out. I started taking the bowls out and kind of gave up, and then I spied a vintage pie plate on the side, which you guys will see in a second. I guess I was looking at this casserole dish first, but it was buried underneath here. I was trying to check it out because I was pretty sure I hadn't had this one, and I was correct. So this one is a cheesecake one. Normally I find the fruit type of pies like strawberry, cherry, some pumpkin even, but I've never came across the cheesecake one before, so I definitely snagged that one up to add to my collection. I've been keeping my eye out for some Easter decor to sell in my live sales, and I thought this was really cute. It was, you know, not necessarily just Easter. It had the bunny, but it had the florals on it, so it definitely could go throughout spring and summer even. And yeah, it's just a nice little planter. They did have this peach luster Fire King small casserole dish. I was considering picking it up for resale. It's not my favorite design. I'm not really a fan of this, but there are people that like it. But as you can see, there was a chip on it, so That went back on the shelf. My favorite pattern of Fire King is actually the Alpine Chalette. It's like a green and blue pattern, and that's pretty much the only one that I have in my own personal collection, and the one I'd always pick up if I found it in good shape. Even though I knew I didn't want this because the lid had a chip in it, I needed to see what the maker was because I'd never come across it before. It looked like it might have been from the 1970s, but it was made in Portugal. So that was kind of interesting. I'm not sure of the age to it. It probably was a little bit on the older side though. Most of the time, I'm pretty talented operating with one hand, but this I had to pause on. I needed both hands to see what this was. I I'm still not quite sure what I uncovered here. I like the design to it. It had this cute little fence and the flowers look 1970s, just the way the flowers were. And I think it's just like a little divided dish for dips, but yeah, I ended up getting it anyway. I found another brass piece. If you guys had seen my last thrift with me at Salvation Army, you know how I had uncovered all kinds of vintage brass. This one wasn't quite as old, I don't think, but I like that it was a planter that you could attach to the wall, and I figured you could do all kinds of neat things with it. You guys don't even know how excited I was when I saw this. I knew what it was, and I fell in love with the colors. Totally me, very 1970s looking, will go perfect on my stuff. It is Royal Haegar, USA pottery, a nice pedestal bowl. I just am absolutely in love with it. Mug trees are something that always sold well for me in my antique booth when I had it. And so I was going to check this one out. Of course, the peg was falling out. It had a little bit of wood wear to it. And then the bottom was like kind of spinning crooked. So it was more of a project than I wanted to deal with. This was a vintage Las Vegas ashtray that has that cliche, all my friend got me was this lousy whatever. And then I go back to the tree mug trying to convince myself that I can handle this project, and then it starts spinning at the bottom. I'm like, yeah, let's just move on. You know I always love to grab the state souvenir pieces. This is a newer piece from Alaska. I don't find Alaska things too often, and it's new in package. They're a nice little salad fork, like you grab your salad out of the bowl with, and I thought they were kind of cute. I've never used this type of a salad fork before. Usually I just use tongs. So let me know if you've tried those before and if they work good. I was thinking about getting these swizzle sticks for resale. They're plastic, which, I guess most swizzle sticks are, but I'm not a huge fan of plastics, especially touching my food, so I just decided probably not to get them. I wasn't sure if it was 49 cents because they were in this cup, and it came with a cup in those. They weren't really marked either, so I just moved on. I always enjoy glancing at the kitchen utensils to see if I can find anything vintage. This obviously was older. I wasn't sure what exactly that pattern was. It seemed to be like, I don't know, like a little too specific to something that I wasn't familiar with, so I don't know if there's any weird symbolism there or whatnot. I just put it back. I wasn't sure what it was. And I like to look at the silverware. You can make really good money on silverware if you have the patience for it. I personally don't, but I'll glance at it a little bit just to see. Normally I'm looking for the ones with a starburst on it. I use those ones myself, and they're easy to find and match up and resell if I need to. Some of the patterns get pretty complicated, and I just really, like I said, don't have patience for that. Well, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel, and I hope you guys are enjoying this thrift along with me. Now I'm going to share with you everything that I ended up purchasing today, so I hope you guys enjoy. And definitely let me know in the comments what item I picked up today was your favorite, or if you saw something I left on the shelf that you would have got. thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it, and we will catch you in the next video. Bye!